What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. Hopefully everyone had a lovely weekend. This podcast is presented by e.l.f. Cosmetics. You guys know how much we love our e.l.f. Cosmetics. You know, right now I'm actually wearing one of the Halo Glow liquid filters mixed with my foundation because, you know, I got a little tan this weekend. So I threw on the medium Halo Glow liquid filter, mix it with my foundation. I like to put it in the spots where I contour. And then, of course, the Power Grip Primer that will keep your makeup on all day long, and so many other great products.
It's the best. I have not gone a week plus. Like, I am always using my Lash and Roll mascara, always reaching for it.
Dedicated user.
Dedicated user. I have it on right now.
Yes, you do.
It's a great in-between mascara where, like, you want your eyelashes to have a little something, but not like you feel like overdone or anything like that.
It's so natural and pretty.
It's a natural pretty that everybody loves, that like no makeup makeup look. And I think that the Lash and Roll Deep Brown shade is perfect for that. The Power Grip Primer, amazing. Always using that for like a full glam look. And guys, we do have a code right now. Jump on it because it's only lasting a couple more days. You can get 20% off orders of $45 plus and free shipping with code ELFCHICKS20. This coupon is a one-time use per customer and is running until November 1st, 2023 in the US only. You can learn more at elfcosmetics.com or on the e.l.f. Cosmetics app. We've mentioned before, like e.l.f. Cosmetics also always has new products coming out, new launches. They just launched their lip oil, which everybody's
posting about it.
Everyone is raving about, raving. And I've seen a lot of people whipping it out in real life, using it. I'm like, oh, that person has the lip oil. That person has the lip oil. Check out the site. We have the code going right now. ELFCHICKS20. And e.l.f. Cosmetics, we love you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And tag us in your products. We love seeing it, and we love you, e.l.f. Cosmetics. So how was your weekend? Because I think, you know, if you follow Fran's Instagram account and if you keep up with her siblings like I do and her whole family, then you know that you talked about this last week. You went to Tyler Cameron's, his mother's foundation charity event on Thursday. And your brother dance battled JoJo Siwa. And I think that is the main event. That is the highlight of my weekend. And I wasn't even there. I was even messaging with your mom about it.
On Friday, JB was like, are you going to talk about this on your show? And I was like, yeah. Are you nuts? Did you see the edit that Claire made?
Oh my gosh. Well, your mom told me about it. She was like, oh, Claire made this edit. And then, I texted, you know, because that video, it's just iconic. Like, it's
First of all, I will give a brief backstory. So we get to the event, and of course, like, you know, there's celebs. Yeah, people are running a little fashionably late. I'm sitting at my table eating my salad. I'm like, wow, nobody, like, they didn't. I thought they didn't come.
You texted, you were like, JoJo Siwa, no show.
I know, I thought she didn't come. I was like so disappointed. Don't worry, they all were there. But I'm eating my salad. I'm sitting next to my brother, and he just like, a sentence comes out of his mouth that is just like borderline incoherent. And I'm like, are you bombed? We've been here for 45 minutes. And he was like, oh, well, you guys took forever to get ready, like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, okay. First of all, Gia wins the 50-50 raffle.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And literally looks at the ticket and she just goes, it's me! Runs up to the stage. We're yelling, like, check the number. Like
make sure it's her.
Make sure it's really hers. So our table's off to a hot start. Look to JB. I'm like, oh my God, okay, whatever. We have our dinner. He was also cracking me up because on Friday, he was like, what was I supposed to do? Like, JoJo Siwa, she started the circle and nobody was in the circle. Like, I jumped in. And I go, JB, no, you didn't. I go, you saw her dancing. You handed me, you took one, he actually didn't hand me his wine glass because he actually handed it to JoJo to hold. I think he started dancing with it, and she was like, you're gonna drop that.
She was like, I'm a professional.
Yeah, and then she gave it back to him after. But He takes one giant sip, turns to me and goes, I'm going to go dance battle JoJo Siwa. And I'm like, what? I turn around and he's full blown going for it. I'm like, first of all, I've never seen this side of JB. He does not do this. And then also was cracking me up because afterwards he was like, ugh, he was mad at himself on Friday because he was like, I didn't even, like, I can dance. Like, I didn't even try. Like, I didn't put like my best moves out there.
He got on the floor and did the worm, and then brought himself back to life.
He did his pin drop, which he like was like, I can do that. Yeah. He did that, and then he like walked out of the circle, and then JoJo went off, does the worm, does everything. She pops up and points back at JB, and JB goes, me? Like again? He was like, oh, so he jumps back in there, tries to do the worm. I go, JB, have you ever done the worm before? He goes, no. I was like, that was his first ever attempt at doing the worm. He hit the ground so hard.
How bad was he hurting the next
thought
day?
He really injured himself. I was like, he's not going to get up. I thought he concussed himself.
The fake injury, and JoJo thought the video where JoJo goes to see if he's all right, and then he brings himself back to life.
Oh, literally. I know, his friends were like, the Heimlich was a good move. He rolled over. And went,
the fact that he could even think that was something to like be embarrassed about, which I understand in that moment, but I texted you guys in a group chat about something totally different, but I started off with JB and he wrote, Maria, I don't want to hear it. And I was like, first off, no, absolutely.
He was feeling some secondhand embarrassment for sure.
I was like, absolutely monumental.
He was out of his body.
Yeah, absolutely monumental, never to be forgotten. Like, do not worry about a thing. And then when I was talking to your mom, I forgot. I'm gonna read my messages.
And we also just like saw everybody on Friday again, and like as soon as everyone was like, JB, hell of a night,
hell of a dance battle there. He said, your mom said, because she was like, missed you, whatever, and we went back. I said, I will never get over JB's dance move. She goes, oh my god, I can't even. I guess we have some big. Is this the
cojones?
I think she spelled cojones wrong.
I don't know how you spell cojones.
I think that's what she was referring to. I guess we have some big cojones in my family. I thought it was actually funny. Let's just say he was feeling no pain at that point.
Yeah.
I was like, really? Yeah, it definitely seemed it. Definitely felt some pain the next day. Yeah. But honestly, unbelievable. If you can say you dance battle JoJo Siwa, you gotta own it.
Totally. And she was the star of the show. Is very sweet that she came. Everybody was freaking out. There was young kids there, were freaking out. Like adults, everybody wanted pictures with JoJo. Everyone wanted to talk to JoJo. She is the real star.
She is a real star. She has an infectious personality.
I introduced myself. I mean, like literally, she was. People were around her at all times. And I just introduced myself and like said hi, whatever. But like the music was playing. Everybody was dancing. Everybody was dancing.
It looked like a blast. It looked like a dance party.
Exactly. Massive dance party. So it wasn't really like have a chat and, tell each other your life story kind of situation. But no, it was a lot of fun. Look, I signed up for a weekend that I did not know I signed up for. I thought like my family was going to the event Thursday. Then I was like, oh, like I'll read my book. I'll hang out with my mom, like
go to the beach.
My dad was gone all weekend, which I didn't know until I literally landed. He was like, oh, I'm going to DC for the Eagles game all weekend. I was like, oh, nice. Okay,
all right,
bye.
See you, Dad.
JB and Gia had flights back on Friday, and I was like, all right, cool. Like I'll just be hanging, whatever. And talking to everybody on Thursday, they were like, oh, we got brunch tomorrow, pool party, boat day. I was like, oh, it's a bonanza. This is a much bigger weekend than I understood going into it. And we had a ton of fun. JB ended up moving his flight to Saturday because we went to brunch, like DJ, smoke machine.
Like the kind
dark,
of
like no windows.
What I feel it reminded me of the place El Bastardo. I think it closed down in New York City, which used to be a big like daytime brunch spot with also really dark inside.
Bagatelle, same kind, closed as well. Bagatelle is on another level.
Yeah,
we were still in a strip mall in Jupiter. Yeah, but the food was amazing. It was at Evo. It was really really good. But like full blown DJ blasting like in our face. We're sitting at the table and we're like screaming across the table at each other.
You have no choice but to party.
That's why I lost my voice, because I was just screaming over the top of music like the whole time. And then with Tyler had a pool party on on Friday after the brunch, which was a lot of fun. And then Saturday was boat day. We all went out on the boats on the water. Had a grand old time. And I flew home Sunday morning to get home for Joe's men's league lacrosse championship. Which he won.
Oh my God, congratulations.
So he's a champion.
Wow.
And he asked me this morning if I would mention that.
And here we are.
So,
here you are. Congratulations.
Congrats, babe. You're a champion.
Way to go.
Way
Big
to go,
accomplishment.
Joe. Which was a lot of fun, but it was just like I literally landed and he was like, we won. Like you got went to the bar. I was like, oh my God.
Gotta celebrate.
I'm gonna fucking fall over.
You can't not celebrate a championship.
No, you absolutely cannot. And they celebrated. They all go to this absolute disgusting bar in the East Village. That like truly I don't think anybody goes to unless it's Sunday and this like men's league. They all go there. There's very funny TikToks that are made about this bar by like young girls who will walk by and like film the bar and be like, oh my God, look at all these shirtless lacrosse players like chugging beers like, in this bar.
And
like,
it's Joe.
Just fucking, yeah, it is literally Joe and his friends. And everyone jokes, I was like, if you win the championship, I'll go. Because normally I'm not, it smells like they're smelly, they're sweaty, like it's just a lot.
It's just the bros.
But big win. So I went,
celebrate.
Made sure I was home in time for that. So it was a very, very fun weekend, long weekend, but very, very fun. And by the way, the foundation, the Andrea Cameron Foundation, which learn something new every day. Andrea Cameron.
Yep.
Was an amazing event. Like the boys did such a great job. Everybody that runs the foundation
it looks beautiful.
Did such a great job. The venue was beautiful. The stories are amazing. You know, they provide these scholarships for these young kids. And right now they just have girls. They're looking for boys, but you know, they were joking like girls just put themselves out there. Like, you know, they interview better. They apply for these things. Yeah. Like, so a lot of great stories and it was really a beautiful event. So I just wanted to kudos to them for putting together a really, really nice event.
It looked really, really good.
Which was awesome. And my honestly, the Marianos came out on top, I feel like. You know, Gia won the 50-50. JB dance battle, JoJo Siwa. My dad bid and won the IndyCar race event during the live auction. And he also won, for all my Eagles fans out there, he won a signed Cody Parkey jersey, who is a kicker. And he was on the Eagles. And I guess he's good buddies with Tyler, and Tyler thought my dad was like making fun of him and he like got kind of mad. And my dad was like, no, I really want this because of like when he was on the Eagles, he was really good. Yeah. He went to Chicago and that was the double doink for the Eagles to win the playoff game. He literally, you know, so Cody Parkey lost that game for Chicago, but won it for Philadelphia. Yeah. So when my dad heard there was a Cody Parkey signed jersey, he was like, for what team? And he was like, oh, it's an Eagle for the Eagles. He was like, done. He's like, that's got my name written all over it.
Yeah, you guys came out a bunch of winners.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was very, very, very fun. So it was a good time. And you were down in Florida as well.
I was down in Florida. Unfortunately, I did not dance battle JoJo Siwa, which I was like, man, me and JB.
Rhea, the way you would have jumped in there. The setting was so perfect for it. Like, it was a giant circle where everyone was just waiting for somebody to like jump in. And honestly, JB could have needed he needed a tag team.
Me and JB as a dancing duo.
You needed to like tag him out and
jump in. Like, I was like, damn, like, what a missed opportunity to have a video live on forever of dance battling.
Because
JoJo
you know
Siwa.
me, like
I was jealous of JB.
I know.
Like JB may have been embarrassed, but I was like, fuck.
Friday I was like, damn, just for the content I should have jumped in there myself, but that's just I just can't do that. Just not going to happen.
That would be.
I'm like, what move would I have done? I have no idea.
That would be so out of character for you.
So
it was out of character for JB, but would have been even more out of character for you.
So yeah, no, we needed you there because that what you would have jumped in there. And
oh my god,
so
and
fast.
I just could imagine like the talks after with your family, like But I'm really glad JB had his moment because that will live on.
Yeah, it will.
Monumental forever. Yep. But yeah, unfortunately, no dance battle for me. But I had such a relaxing, lovely weekend by the pool all weekend. Like I really just wanted to, because we talked about this. We have a ton of travel coming up and a lot fun things to do for work, but a lot coming up in the next, probably until Christmas. So I really just wanted to like soak in the sun, have a couple cocktails. You talked recently about this olive oil infused dirty martini that you had. And I saw it on the menu at dinner this weekend. It was a hot and dirty martini.
Which, by the way, are my faves.
Yeah. And like, it was...
hot and dirty, so fucking good.
It was so good. It was olive oil infused vodka with Calabrian chili, blue cheese olives. And I was like, I must have this immediately. And it was... oh my God, it was delicious. So had a couple cocktails. And then I didn't realize there was a Four Seasons resort in Orlando that you can go to the rooftop there and just like drink there.
Right.
So
just
we
like
went.
Rooftop bar.
Yeah, so we just went to the rooftop bar there and you could see the fireworks from Disney, because you know how they do the fireworks.
Oh, I saw your picture. Those fireworks were from Disney.
Yeah, because so you could see it's close to Disney, so you could see the fireworks from Disney. They do that every night around the same time. So we made sure we got there at the time they were doing the fireworks show, which was beautiful. It was lovely.
Disney 100. By the way, I saw on TikTok this weekend that this is a total sidetrack, but mentioning Disney, that I had a moment where I was like, why am I crying at this? It was like it's a special on Disney Plus right now that I think you can watch, but I just saw like the preview or whatever, tease for it, where they got all the original voice actors to come back to do their characters for this promo for Disney 100. And I just got back from like their real person in the in the booth to their character, and it literally made me cry. And I was like, grow up.
That is no, it's emotional. It's emotional. No, it was so
Disney
cool,
100.
though. It was just so cool.
That's awesome.
It was
no
so much
trip
fun.
to Disney.
No trip to Disney this time, but we are going back for Christmas break.
Okay.
We're going to Florida, and we have a Disney day planned a couple of days before New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
After Christmas. And I'm really excited to see Disney like in its Christmas form, because I've never seen that. And so
don't tell me.
No, you should come.
I
if
might
you're
come.
going to Florida,
I'll
should
be
come.
there. I'll be in Florida.
Oh my God, you are?
Yeah.
Well, you should really come for the day.
Yeah, I don't think I can get Joe to go back to Disney twice in a year, but I will go.
No, you should come. I'll bring whoever. I don't care.
Gio will go.
Yeah, you guys should
honestly,
come.
JB will go too.
Oh my God.
Everybody loves Disney in my family.
Don't bring everybody. No, seriously, we should plan it.
Yeah.
Off camera, we'll figure that out. But we're going on a certain day.
Okay.
We have it planned. And yeah, it was so cool. Like, I don't know. I know people... Fireworks is a hot topic, right? Like, people are like, "Oh, fireworks are overrated," or whatever. But there's a
people like to say, "If you've seen one, you've seen them all."
But I like fireworks. Like,
yeah,
a surprise fireworks show. I wasn't expecting to see the Disney fireworks on the rooftop bar, but we did, and it was fantastic. And a lot of pool time,
Disney
swimming.
Fireworks also just hit different.
I
think.
Yeah, they do. It's a show.
They're magical.
They're magical.
It's Disney.
It's so nice. I flew home Sunday, and first of all, I just want to mention we're gonna talk about Halloween weekend outfits tomorrow when we record, and we will also be in our Halloween outfits, costumes. But I do want to mention Justin Bieber quickly, of him in the snorkel suit. People are saying he was Scuba Steve, but he wasn't dressed like Scuba Steve to me. And
I thought he was like almost like a Patrick Star.
Yeah, and he was doing...
it was like a weird combo of a lot of things.
He was pretending to swim like in the paparazzi, and I was, when you're so relaxed in the pool and you kind of zone out, and you're just like, you're not thinking, you're like barely thinking, right? I found myself like chuckling about this video and going like this, like on my raft. Yeah. And then I was like, wait a second, I'm in a pool right now. I could just swim. I could just swim around right now.
Chicks in the Office is brought to you by Body Armor Light, a natural, low-calorie, low-sugar hydration drink. Whether you're looking to stay hydrated or recovering from a long weekend, Body Armor Light has you covered. Real hydration, real ingredients, packed with electrolytes, vitamins, and nothing artificial. Body Armor Light has great tasting flavors like the peach mango, which I have in my hand right now. We also have a bunch of the dragon fruit berry in the office. They are delicious. I will say, I reached for a Body Armor Light after a long weekend, which I certainly had this weekend. So definitely making sure I have my Body Armor Light today. It's available in stores nationwide, but you can head on over now to the Body Armor store on Amazon and get yours today. So you can shop Body Armor Light in stores nationwide, or you can just go to Amazon, check out the Body Armor store, and get yours today.
But I flew home Sunday, and let me tell you, I got a big problem with some people, okay? I posted on my Instagram story last night. I have a big fucking problem with grown men who are not gentlemen and who do not get out of their seat when somebody needs to go to the bathroom. Grown, whoever you are, woman, man, I don't care. Just a grown person.
Yeah, no, an adult.
In this instance, an adult.
An adult not getting up is crazy.
This instance was a grown man. Making me climb over you to go to the bathroom is so fucking rude.
What seat were you in? Window?
Middle.
Oh, you were in the middle seat.
Because I was with Matt, so.
Yeah.
But.
And Matt was on the window.
Yes. Okay. So.
And the one guy on the aisle couldn't get up.
So rude, okay? And not only rude, but also inappropriate. And I said, are you going to get up? Because I got pissed off because the first time I was getting up, I didn't get up twice, but I mean on my way back. The first time I was getting up, I kind of looked at him like, excuse me. And he just scooted back into his chair. Which way am I supposed to go? Am I supposed to go ass in face or vagina in face? You choose, buddy. Clearly it's your pick of the litter. You tell me which one you like because you're clearly not getting up. So which would you rather? That's what I took that as. So I climb over him and I'm like, I'm scoffing.
Yep.
I'm like, and I scoot my way and I got a big ass. So it's touching him.
Yep.
And so I get out, whatever. On my way back, I'm like, excuse me.
Rise, please.
And he's sitting there, stone-faced, watching his TV with headphones in. I said, are you going to get up? Nothing. Ignored me completely. Had to climb over him again.
Plugged into the TV?
Yeah, watching the TV.
Did he, how did you even get over the headphones?
No, they were like, they don't plug into it was an old.
It was on the, on the armrest.
It was on the armrest. Okay. It was an old TV.
It wasn't like the ones that plug into the screen.
Which, by the way, old plane, I had no Wi-Fi. But yeah, it was plugged into the chair.
You're so funny because you do not do well. Not that you don't do well on when you're detached, but I think you worry that something is happening if you're not logged in. It was like a Sunday night, 10 o'clock. You're like, I haven't had my Wi-Fi for 2 hours. Did anything happen? I'm like, no.
I live in
nothing happens.
Fear that
you're good.
The higher ups are reaching out to me on a Sunday night and I don't have my phone.
I also like that you asked our whole group, did I miss it? The text would still come in.
No, sometimes the problem, I've had issues where my texts don't come in after the flight. And when I do ask everyone, and sometimes it's like, yeah, you missed it and I didn't get the text. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
But nope. I live in fear and I know other people in this place relate to me. If you ask Trent, if he lost Wi-Fi for 2 hours, if he was scared Dave Portnoy is going to text him the one time on a Sunday night and he's gonna miss it, he would have that same fear. I just live, I don't know, I just live in that fear that I'm gonna miss an important text.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Has not
happened. But yeah, I'm like, oh fuck, did I miss anything? So for I didn't have Wi-Fi, it was fine. But I was stewing.
So you had to climb back over him to get into your seat.
I was stewing about this man not getting.
Give me an age range on this guy.
40 something, 40, 50.
Yeah.
I don't know. You should be a fucking gentleman by then.
Yeah.
You were clearly raised by a barnyard animal. That's what I wrote down because it's so rude. And this happened recently on the train too. The train going to Philly. Man, we don't book our seats for work. So they booked me a window. Guy next to me had the aisle. I was in the window. He plugged all his shit into the outlet. I said, you want to switch? You want to be next to the plugs? No, he didn't want to do that. So I had to get up to get my luggage, get out, and leave because I was getting off before him. Let me just scoot my legs back. Let me a big ass in your face or vagina. Once again, tell me which one. You never know which way to turn.
Yep.
I don't even think it's like a gentleman. It's just like that's just what you do. You just get up.
No, it's just being an adult. It's having manners,
I've
respect.
Never had
it's a tight space, especially on a plane.
It's a tight space.
The train has a little bit more space, but an airplane, like
even at a
that
concert,
is
when
so
people
tight.
walk by you to get out of the aisle, everyone stands up, like, you know.
Yeah, that's just what you do. So you know what? If you're one of those people, you're disgraceful.
You gotta stand up.
And you know what? They're always the first people to stand up when the plane lands.
Yeah.
They're always the first ones to jump up and run into the aisle.
Oh God, I had somebody do that when I landed in Florida on Wednesday night, and I was stewing about it. Like, we landed, I was in the aisle, and I was like, I don't need to immediately get up and stand in the aisle. When it gets to me, I will get up. And a family that was 10 rows behind me zoomed up to the front, and it's not like there's no connection, there's no we were at their final destination. I don't know, who knows what their schedule's like, but just stood right in my aisle space, where now me and the other side were both like, all right, yeah, go ahead, sure. Just jump right ahead, everybody. Plane etiquette. People really don't have it.
They don't have it.
They just don't have it. It's crazy.
Everybody's, following their own rules.
Yep.
And that shouldn't be the case.
Yep. I agree.
You should be an adult and have some respect for anybody getting up.
Did you read Brittany's book?
So I came here today to let you know that I looked for it in the airport because I was like, I need to pick it up to read it in Florida, and it wasn't there.
Yeah, they didn't have it in the airport. Yeah,
they didn't have
that.
it. So no, but I will by the end of this week so that we could talk about it on this show. Well, I'll just read it tonight because we don't have an episode on Friday.
No, and it's a quick read.
I might, also, it's one of those books that I feel like you want to keep turning the page.
Yeah, you do.
So
it goes by pretty
fast. I have
to
go find it and then read it tonight, or I'll listen to the audiobook so we could talk about it. I don't want to deprive anybody.
Her, right, for the audiobook?
No, it's Michelle Williams.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to deprive anybody of talking about it just because I couldn't. But yes, I looked for it in the airport and it was not there. So I'll make sure I do my homework tonight.
Jada Pinkett Smith's book was there, though, I saw.
Yeah, I wasn't going to pick that one up.
Didn't pick that one up.
No, I mean, we got everything.
Yeah.
Jada Pinkett Smith is an open book, literally.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are going to get into the topics, but first, we need to touch on the tragic passing of Matthew Perry that happened on Saturday. I think that this was a shock to everybody.
Yeah.
This came out on Saturday. TMZ reported that it was an apparent drowning in his jacuzzi. No drugs were found on the scene. No foul play was found. Later on, they found prescription medication in his home. Somebody put in a call for cardiac arrest. And so it's unclear of what exactly happened. But right now they are saying a drowning, which this, and
it's hard because you don't really want to
you don't want to speculate.
And
this is just one of those passings where it feels like you lost somebody that you knew.
Yeah.
Like everybody felt this one extremely hard, and I cannot even imagine what his friends and family are going through right now. He overcame so much, and I think in more recent years, people have learned a lot about Matthew Perry's life, and when his memoir came out last year,
not that long ago.
He gave a ton of details of what he has overcome in his life with addiction, and to overcome all of that and to tragically pass the way he did is just unbelievably sad, and
really, really sad.
I think everyone's sharing what he said, how he said when he passes, he knows Friends will be mentioned, obviously, because it's one of the most iconic TV characters of all time. He brought so many laughs and smiles, and I feel like alleviated other people's pain in ways that he couldn't even wrap his head around, being that character on Friends and that TV show, what it has done for so many people, providing laughter in everyone's homes. But he said that he knows people will mention that, but he wants people to mention also what he has done for other people and, you know, how much he helped other people. And if people came to him and said, can I help you? He was always there to help them. And other people have came out now talking about how much he has helped them as well. And so he just truly seemed like such a, you know, special person that people had so many great things and stories to say about him, but also struggled so much and overcame so much. And it's just unbelievably sad. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, he started a facility to help people. You know, he had said, like you were saying, where it's like if somebody came up to him and said, I need help to stop drinking, or I need help to stop doing this, like he knew he could help them. And that's very, very powerful. And yeah, it's just tragic is really the only word to describe it. It's very heartbreaking. I think we saw a lot of, I saw a lot of Instagram posts, TikToks of people going to the Friends building in the city, laying down flowers, just really making you like tear up and really feel sad. And it's true, it's like you said, it's like a celebrity death that feels like, you know, a family member has passed because you felt so close to him.
You grow up with them and you feel like you know them, and they're always on your TV screens, whether it's Friends or movies he was in, the 17 again. Like there's just so many things that we feel like we grew up with this person, and so many people feel that same way.
And I'm sure it will just be a continued outpouring of stories told about him and people sharing his memory in a positive way. I know that, you know, some celebrities that have known him have posted and shared stories, but I don't think anybody from the cast has publicly said anything yet.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine
it's
being
just
them
an absolute
and trying to formulate any sort of
anything.
I don't think anybody should expect anything from them,
like,
you know, soon, because it's something that I'm sure they can't even wrap their heads around. They've been through so much together, and especially with him, they've talked about how much they've been through with him and helping each other out. And I just cannot imagine the pain that, you know, everyone so close to him is feeling right now. And
his poor parents too. I mean, there's all the paparazzi around the house and the videos. And
is up with
they're
that?
filming the parents getting to the house. It's just sick.
Why?
I know. Yeah.
It makes no sense to me
that
you can't let people have privacy in such a sensitive time. Like I cannot wrap my head around it. And it was reported that TMZ paid a law enforcement officer for the details before it was even, you know, established in records that he had passed.
Jeez.
So his family members and other people close to him found out from TMZ.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's sickening. It's like, why? It doesn't make any sense.
TMZ is fucking ruthless.
They
when it comes
really
to
are.
Celebrity passings. Like it's
like they have no heart.
Whoa. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it's just shocking and tragic and just
sad.
Unbelievably sad news this past weekend. But we're going to get into the rest of the topics for the show. Obviously, a lot to discuss with 1989, Taylor's version being released, and the vault tracks as well. We also have a snake on the loose, a snake in the grass with Travis Kelce's PR
allegedly,
lady, alleged. We'll get into that story. And Travis Barker clears the air on whether or not Kim and Kourtney's little feud has to do with Travis taking a liking to Kim Kardashian back in the day. And we have weekly watch reports. So let's get into it, starting off with the topics. TV's most cutthroat athletic competition is back with a drama-filled new season of MTV's The Challenge. Battle for a new champion, all new Wednesdays at 8/7 Central. Fran and I have been long-standing fans of The Challenge for years and years now. The Challenge is always good, and it's a new era of MTV's The Challenge because for the first time ever, 24 contenders who've known battle but never victory are returning for a chance to finally win their very first championship. So we're not seeing our usual winners that we root for. It's all contenders who have battled but have never won, and they must work together to earn their prize pot. But don't be mistaken, this is still an individual game, as always. The biggest catch: to become a champion, they'll have to beat previous legendary champions CT, Daryl, and Casey. That means they must endure utter chaos on their road to victory. This just might be the most difficult season yet, because in order to be the best, they'll have to beat the best. MTV is the challenge. Battle for a new champion, all new Wednesdays at 8/7 Central. Watch on MTV. So Friday, 1989, Taylor's version was released. I was so excited about this.
I mean,
Finally.
Just fucking round of applause. This so good.
It was so good. Just like really brought me back, because 1989 in 2014 was released around this same time. Yeah, it was definitely released around the same time. I'm not sure if it was the same day, but it was released around this same time. So it just really brought me back because of how much I really love this album. And then, of course, we got to hear the vault tracks, which everyone was waiting for and excited about. I think because people knew that this album had a lot of references to Harry Styles. And I saw a tweet that said, no wonder she didn't keep these vault tracks in, because they were far too honest. Like, they revealed a lot of what she was feeling at the time, which I always think is funny. And I think everyone knows that they're on good terms. Like, we've seen them speak and everything. But it was interesting. And I do have my favorite is Now That We Don't Talk. That one's my favorite. And I like Suburban Legends. And
you want to do a vault track ranking?
Sure. Gonna bring them all up right now.
I will say, like, these are by far, and I put this on my story, but these are by far the best vault tracks she's put out from any of the re-records. Like, so good. And I have something to say too about the re-records. Everybody is so critical about the songs that we obviously all know. And I'm very much in deep on Swiftie TikTok, and everyone's like, this song sounds different, or this sounds different. I don't know why anybody would expect all the songs to sound exactly the same. She's re-recording them. You can't give an exact copy. Like, sure, most of them are very, very similar, and maybe a couple, like, people were really complaining about Style. They think the beginning of Style sounds different. New Romantics, I think people were also talking about. And then there's a line in I Know Places that people actually think she hits harder. So, like, some people are like, oh, I Know Places is better, like, Styles is worse, Style is worse, like, all these thoughts about it, which is fine, but I just feel like it's nuts to not expect there to be different parts. Her voice has changed. You're going back in with different production. Maybe she is re-recording it and she's like, you know what, I really want to just amp up this bass just like a little bit, because there's no way you don't go back to your old songs and not think, we all think perfection, but like for her, it's like, oh, maybe she has thoughts like, oh, I wish I tweaked this a little bit.
Right.
And re-recording it gives her the opportunity to maybe tweak it a little if she wants to. So there's just like, there's no way that every song is going to sound exactly the same. You just can't expect that. I know people get disappointed. Maybe their favorite song sounds a little bit different, but like, does everybody have the ear of Beethoven?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know how they're catching it, because
I can't really tell.
I can't really tell either. And I've listened to this album a million times, and yet I still think it sounds great. I'm not really picking up on.
It's crazy to me.
You know, maybe I'm not paying that much attention. You know, don't sue me, but I feel like
that's funny that you said the ear of Beethoven.
He can't hear.
Yeah,
he's deaf.
I was gonna ask that. I
just Googled it because I had to be 100% sure that it was him.
In fear of sounding dumb once again on this show, I stopped myself because in my head I was like, he's deaf.
Yes.
And then I was like, do not ask if he's deaf, because what if he's not?
Yeah, I meant it in a sense that these people are all acting like they have, like,
right.
Can you really hear it?
Yeah. No, I got it. I just was nervous to ask if what I thought in my head was to be true.
Yes.
But
I probably could have used a different example.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Yeah.
Bach.
Yeah.
Any classical music, like I mean, truly anybody that like has a phenomenal musical ear. I don't know how you're picking up that there's that many differences. I really don't hear it. So
I'm just laughing at a text you just sent me. just in case anybody was asking why I was giggling at my phone. Let's do the rankings.
Yes, Vol track rankings.
All right. My number one is now.
Just do the whole the whole album.
No, well, I want to mention something. Here we go. I could rank the whole album.
Yeah, I could too.
I Wish You Would, and All You Had to Do Was Stay does not get the recognition it deserves, because I posted on my story those
are my favorites.
My 3 favorite songs from this album are New Romantics, All You Had to Do Was Stay, and I Wish You Would. Of course, Wildest Dreams is in there too, but I feel like Wildest Dreams is just such a given, and Blank Space is just such a given that I don't feel the need to mention those. These I feel the need to mention because I think they're wildly underappreciated, and they are my favorites. I can jam out to them all day, any day, but let's rank the Vol tracks. Number 1, Now That We Don't Talk. Number 2, Suburban Legends. Number 3, Is It Over Now? Number 4, Say Don't Go. And number 5, Slut.
Fair. I would go 1, Is It Over Now? 2, Now That We Don't Talk. 3, Say Don't Go. 4, Slut. 5, Suburban Legends.
Oh.
Yeah.
My number 2 is your number 5.
Yes. Suburban Legends is good, but I don't know, some of the, boy, was she, like you said, no wonder she didn't include these ones. You know, there's some clear as day references, references to the alleged snowmobile accident that landed Harry, the 20 stitches in the hospital room. Red blood, white snow.
What happened between the two of them and an accident?
And then just your new girl's my clone.
Yep.
Which she really did look a lot like Taylor. So
I saw a girl post a TikTok, and she said she wrote when you went on a date with Harry Styles in 2014, right after he broke up with Taylor Swift, and you hear the lyric, "Your new girl's my clone, and you have blonde hair and blue eyes."
Yep.
A lot of models
just great
talk.
A lot of good, yeah. And I know that there was like the voice memo thing that she was doing too, where people had said she had kind of like, I don't know if it was deleted or posted, or honestly, I wasn't quite sure what the voice memo thing was. Mm-hmm. I just saw a lot of it on TikTok, and that she had kind of mentioned, at that time, really focusing on her female friendships and how that kind of got spun in a different way, which is truly the first time she's ever kind of discussed those rumors or mentioned them.
She said she thought, how could anybody if I hang out with my girlfriends, how could anybody possibly sexualize or sensationalize these relationships? But they did. So I think that gave clarity of like, all right, let's cool it with the...
I did see some people on TikTok thinking Now That We Don't Talk was maybe about one of her female friends.
Really? I took it to be about Harry Styles.
I definitely did too. I mean, I could hear it. Listen, like, you could definitely get some of it.
Maybe it's I think that...
Sometimes I think it's all...
Well, yeah, I think songwriters can incorporate not just one person, but many different things into one song, many different situations. She said, do I have to pretend to like acid rock or like big yachts? And we all know Harry Styles likes his yachts, and I'm sure he likes acid rock.
We also know a lot of those model girls love big yachts.
Right. And so two specific lines felt like very Harry to me. But I think you're right. I think an artist can incorporate.
You know what? I also really enjoyed the Bad Blood with Kendrick re-record. I thought it was great.
I liked her post about that.
Yeah.
She thanked Kendrick. That's kind of crazy that she could get anyone, but the fact that she got Kendrick to redo his verse.
I mean, I think if you lay out the situation, like, what's Kendrick gonna say no? Like, you know,
how do you say no to somebody being like, listen,
also,
my music was stolen. I can't do anything with my music. Here you go.
Short verse too.
Very, very
which
good.
I think can lead us into.
But gosh, it's such a. I will say, I hate. I do have listening to this album all the way through. I do always just skip. I just don't start with Welcome to New York. I just listen to Blank Space first.
Welcome to New York and Shake It Off or skips for me.
Shake It Off is
really.
It's such a skip.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You don't like it?
I mean, Shake It Off is just, it's just
out of the other songs on the album.
Shake It Off's a banger.
All of her singles, but like, I don't know. There's people that clearly listen that love Taylor Swift and love all of her singles and don't really listen to like full albums. And you just hear Shake It Off so much.
Yeah,
it was just
Blank
so,
Space also you hear.
It was just so overplayed to me.
So much better than
Blank
Shake It
Space
Off.
is so much better.
I saw that she said, or someone said that Blank Space wasn't gonna originally.
Yeah, so she was in between Blank Space and Slut for the original album, and thank God she went with Blank Space. Yeah. But could you imagine Blank Space was revealed in a vault track? That would be the song of the year. Like, Blank Space is an unbelievable song. But thank God you went with Blank Space. That was the right choice. I think we can lead into the next topic of Travis Kelce's snake-ass PR lady, who her name is Pia Malihi.
Yep.
And she posted, it was her birthday. She was reposting birthday posts. And she reposted a birthday post where somebody put a clown emoji over Taylor's face where she was in the background.
Yeah, so the post was from Us Weekly, and the caption was like, "This is my Roman Empire." It was Taylor at a Chiefs game,
and Pia was in the background.
And Pia, yes, and so they put the clown emoji face over Taylor's face, and then she added other pictures with Pia around that and wrote, "This is my Roman Empire, like, happy birthday." I don't know. There's a lot of different ways that people are interpreting this.
Shady. And then the woman,
super shady. She's gone private on Instagram.
Hold on one second.
But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like that was,
I'm trying to find the woman who originally posted that story.
Oh, I looked at her. I tried to look at her Instagram, also private.
She commented because obviously everyone was pissed.
Yeah.
She wrote, "It's me, hi. Was completely innocent to keep attention on Pia's B-Day. Wrong choice of B-Day clown emoji by me, not Pia. Nothing but love for Taylor." In what world does anybody use that clown emoji as a birthday?
You just put a
clown
smiley
emoji.
face over
We're
her
not
face.
fucking 3 years old anymore.
No.
We don't have clowns at our birthday parties.
No.
So I don't know what like B-Day clown you're using.
If you're trying to cover her face to like make Pia the star and not Taylor Swift the star of the
Put a
birthday
heart.
Post, any other emoji.
Any other emoji besides, a couple. There's some other not good ones.
Yep.
A heart, whatever. It is.
Yep.
People then would be like, okay. They would still be like, why is she covering her face? But why even have to include that picture?
Interpretation.
And the clown emoji is never in good use.
No, it's not.
Just to call somebody a clown.
My interpretation of this, because I've seen a lot of people say that they thought that like meant that their relationship was fake, that it was like a PR relationship, which I don't think at all. Yeah. I think it means, my interpretation of that is that like Pia talks shit about Taylor to her friends, and it's probably like, oh, like now Travis dates Taylor, like this is so annoying, makes my life so hard, like now my job's harder, like I have to deal with all this shit because now he's with Taylor, and Pia probably rags on Taylor for it,
right?
And that's how I see that.
And maybe she's a little jealous.
Possibly.
Maybe Pia's a little jealous, and she used to work for Scooter Braun.
Yeah, she had like she didn't work on Scooter Braun's team, but it was like she worked for a publicist that represented Scooter Braun.
It said accounts like Scooter Braun, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just not good regardless. And I think I think.
I mean, what are the odds? What are the odds this girl had worked for Scooper?
This girl's got to get in trouble. Like, you can't get away with this.
No.
I'm not saying like we all need to punish her, but Travis Kelce needs to
Travis is not
lay the law
about
down.
This.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got to lay the law down and say, hey, Pia, give us the truth.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? And then some people were speculating, oh, does Pia have a private close friend story? Did she mean to only share that on the close friend story? But either way, talking shit about Taylor. Clown
That's
emoji.
What I'm saying. I'm telling you,
Poor
I feel
girl's just having a good time, and people just want to clown on her.
Yep, I know. I'm telling you, I feel like
the clown emoji is as
like
ruthless
Pia
as
and her
it
friends,
gets for emojis.
Pia and her friends were definitely talking shit, texting,
talking
like,
smack.
oh, look at her, probably making fun of her for how she was acting at the game. All these things.
That's
if
not
it's
nice.
for a close friend story, even if she is shitting on her, it's like, what do you? It could get out anyway. Like,
yeah,
mean
totally.
girl behavior.
What is the point of posting it at all?
Mean girl behavior from this is what I get.
Yeah.
And there's no innocent way, like for her to be like, oh, it's just a B-Day clown emoji. Nobody believes you, Amanda.
No, you would. You also literally never use a clown emoji in somebody else's birthday post. No. Like, what are you calling your friend a clown on their birthday? That's just not. That's not. I refuse to believe that.
Imagine I posted a picture on your birthday and it was you and Gia. Like, it was a picture of the three of us and I put a clown emoji over Gia's face.
Yeah.
It's like...
Sorry, I wanted to keep the tension away from Gia. It's your birthday.
Fran's birthday.
Remember the picture that I took of Gabby that I posted and I put clown emojis over your face?
Yeah, you put clown emojis over me and Fran because it was funny to be like, oh, I'm putting clown emojis for Rhea and Fran are clowns. I just don't know. Unless this girl who posted it is totally new to social media, which I don't believe because she posted an entire collage.
Yeah.
Then I don't know what she was doing
trying
here.
To be like, I have someone resharing on my personal account, or like that was like a thing that was being said. Like, no, you don't.
Right.
Like you have an intern
running,
running your own personal account, resharing your friend's birthday.
Who's
posts?
running Pia's account to reshare birthday posts on her birthday?
Oh, is that what she said?
That was something was going around.
I read Kelly's blog, and that was like apparently like an excuse being thrown around.
Yeah.
No, I mean that I don't see at all. Also, by the way, just as like a friend, I know it would be like you're like haha funny, like you're in the background of this picture. You just don't. Clearly they have plenty of other pictures together. There were plenty of other ones around the Us Weekly post. Like don't even include the picture where you're in the background of a Taylor Swift photo.
And if
you include Taylor Swift's face because it's funny. You're like, oh, ha ha, look at happy birthday, Pia, and then it's like, oh, funny because she's in the background of a Taylor Swift face. You don't clown out Taylor's face. That negates the joke.
Right. That's like when Kim Kardashian leans into the joke where she posts really hot pictures of herself and you could barely see her friend and she's like, happy birthday.
Exactly.
And like you could barely see her friend, but now she's in on it.
Exactly.
That's not what this is. Like,
no,
clearly,
you don't put an emoji over the person's face because then what's the joke? What's the joke? Especially a clown emoji.
You'd want to see who's in the background.
There's no way that they can like sit in the same suite now at the next game. Like,
well,
she's gonna have to call Taylor up.
Yeah, imagine
apologize. That apology. Travis is probably like, you better fucking call her and apologize.
Yeah, I could see Taylor forgiving her.
Totally. I mean, I imagine so.
And
but
then
also
writing a song named Clown.
But also never forgetting.
Yeah,
never forgetting.
And the next big single,
being like, okay, I see your.
Taylor doesn't hold grudges though.
I see your true feelings.
Yeah, she forgives, but she does not forget.
She does not forget.
So, not great from the Kelce camp.
Can't be doing that.
We need Tree Payne to step in.
And it was now you know what? I did see all the tweets. I saw it. Everybody was like, Tree Payne, whatever. Yeah. Everybody was commenting.
I bet Tree Payne is not happy.
No. And also, like, everything was so cute from this weekend. We didn't see any of them together, but it was like, oh, Travis is at the World Series. He's dancing to Shake It Off. Oh, Travis is at the bar. He's dancing a love story. Like, all these things that were positive. And then this happened at the end of the weekend. And also, I think so many people are so fucking dedicated to Travis and Taylor now that they're like, you don't fucking mess with them.
We need some sort of update though. We can't we need an update.
Yeah, and I don't
have to know what happens next.
Kevin KFC like made a video where he was like, people are saying that this like, he's like, this insinuates that they're a PR couple because this is his publicist. And I was like, I don't think that's what that insinuates
I don't think
at
it's
all.
what it insinuates at all.
I think it insinuates that she doesn't fuck with Taylor.
Yeah, I don't think it insinuates it's a PR relationship.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. If you think that this is a PR relationship, you're just stupid.
Yeah.
Like, you just want to believe negative things, in my opinion.
I just don't really know where
why would
Taylor Swift need a PR relationship?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think you're dumb if you believe it's a PR relationship, because she doesn't need PR.
No. Also,
why waste the time and energy to have a fake relationship for the PR if you are already mega famous?
Totally.
I see, the C stringers, the D stringers that need a little fame. Maybe they do a little PR.
Yep.
Not these two.
No.
All right.
By the way, the Chiefs lost, and she was not there.
They did.
He didn't play that well.
He did not play that well. The Broncos played Taylor Swift music in the stadium at the end of the game.
They did.
That's kind of cool.
It was, good move by them.
Yeah. I mean, look, everybody's been saying he plays better when she's there, and she wasn't at this game.
But Patrick Mahomes also had the flu.
Yeah, true.
So,
just a lot of things all coming to football girl.
Too many football updates coming from this mouth.
Yeah. But Fran, what about Mahomes?
But Mahomes, he's sick. Yeah. What are they gonna do? Oh shit! All right. Shit. Okay, moving on. Last topic before we get into the weekly Watch Report. This was making me crack up for whatever reason. I read it earlier. Travis Barker had to clear up whether or not Kim and Kourtney's feud has to do with the fact that Travis had a little crushy crush on Kim back in the day.
Right, and wrote about it in his book.
Travis Barker did write about it in his book. He wrote about Kim Kardashian being fucking hot. And, he wanted to hang around. He wanted to be around Paris Hilton to get to Kim Kardashian. And people have really hung on to that because, Kourtney and Travis are married. And people all want to make jokes, which makes me feel bad for Kourtney sometimes because people are like, oh, he really just wants Kim. And when Kourtney dressed up as Kim for Halloween this weekend, everyone was like, oh, I bet Travis told her it was a good idea to dress up as Kim. And I'm like, I can't help but laugh, but also feel bad at the same time. So you're like, damn, that sucks. Like, they just have this now. So, that he had to clear it up. And he said writing about this in his book was therapeutic for him to move past his crush on Kim. And it's ridiculous that people think that is why they would be feuding.
Ridiculous is the exact word he used. He said, you give people a little information and they think they've solved the mystery of this is why they're fighting. It's just so ridiculous.
Yes.
He wrote that she was, he wrote that Kim was fucking hot and he kept secretly checking her out. Despite the fact that he was dating Paris Hilton at the time, is what he wrote about Kim in the book.
Because Kim obviously worked for Paris Hilton, so she was around.
I didn't know that he dated Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
It's like Kourtney's fans are worried about Travis. He's a womanizer. Stop it, Barker told the outlet, adding of the details he included in the memoir. I obviously shared all that stuff because I wanted to move past it. It was therapeutic for me. So that's it. And he also claimed, that they're good. I love the way Travis and Kourtney talk about each other. Like, he really does. They really do love each other. And it's like, there was another quote that also was cracking me up about vacation. He was like, I'm bad at vacation. I have to be doing stuff. He's like, my wife, she's really good at vacation.
Oh, we know.
Like, she's really good at vacation. Yeah. Which I just thought was like a very funny line. My wife, she's just so good at relaxing.
Yeah, she really knows how to kick back.
But yeah, no, I that always felt like a little bit of a stretch, and the public's got to move on that one. And at the end of the day, like, can you really fault Travis Barker for at that time being like seeing Kim Kardashian and being like, she's hot?
Yeah,
Kim's hot.
Kim's hot.
Hates to break it to the world, but Kim's hot.
Yeah. What are you gonna
do? Probably notices about She's hot. It's not like you're acting on it, but you notice attractive people.
Yeah, he would be lying if he said, "Oh, Kim, that Kim, she's gross,
gosh, ugly."
Yeah, no, she's hot. Yeah. Kim Kardashian's hot.
Yep.
But yeah, he had to clear that up, which I think people have been waiting for one of them to say something about this.
Yeah, because it's only a matter of time before he was asked about this.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially with them, Kim and Kourtney being in that weird place.
Also, genius of Kourtney Kardashian to dress up as Kim.
Yeah, it was a good.
Especially the whole thing where Kim was saying Kourtney copies everything she does. For her to just dress up as Kim, classic.
Yep,
genius.
Genius.
All right, let's get into the weekly watch report because that wraps up the topics.
All right, the weekly watch report is brought to you by Coors Light. Fall doesn't have to be the buzzkill to your summer chill. Coors Light helps you find moments to unwind. Maybe you have a big work presentation. Follow it up with a happy hour, some friends, and a cold Coors Light. Decompress with a relaxing day on the trail that ends with a well-earned Coors Light. Whenever you need to hit reset, reach for a Coors Light. It's made to chill. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light. The mountains on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold. That way you always know when it's time to drink. Look at those blue mountains ready to go. So when you need to hit reset, just open a Coors Light. I will say some Coors Light were consumed this weekend. They were delicious, fantastic, maybe a little Sunday at the bar celebration, having some Coors Light. Football Sundays, it's the perfect time to make sure your fridge is stocked with Coors Light. Relaxing Sunday, enjoy yourself. Coors Light is the one we choose when we need to unwind. So when you want to hit reset, reach for the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/chicks. And always celebrate responsibly from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Welcome back to the Weekly Watch Report, where we talk about the things we watched this week. Weekly Watch Report on Monday, Weekly Watch Report on Monday, Weekly Watch Report on Monday, Weekly Watch Report on Monday. So I didn't watch anything new. I didn't. I honestly only just watched my classics. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, a little bit of Entourage, a little bit of Friends, a little bit of King of Queens, a little bit of Desperate Housewives. So I really don't have anything new to rate, unfortunately. I rewatched She's the Man. A lot of rewatching this past week for me. Any Halloween movies? I like to, maybe watch. No, because now I'm starting to think. I'm like, I must have watched something new. Yeah, but maybe if I start to mention stuff, you can be like, oh, I watched that. That's usually what happens. But I always write. You watched the new episode of Beverly Hills. Oh, I watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. See, but here's the thing. I always write the stuff I'm watching down. I did write that down. Okay, never mind. That is what I wrote down was Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'll rate this episode a C. It's just getting started off. Yeah, it just started. So, yeah. Yeah. It's not that I didn't watch TV. I'm making that very clear. I watched TV. I just didn't watch anything new. I did miss this group of ladies. So did I. They bring you back. They do. And I'm interested to see how what Erica's season looks like. Of course, everybody's so involved in Kyle that I feel like the other people, I'm like, oh, what's going on? Fucking Sutton, man. When Sutton in her interview was like, I haven't really heard anything about PK and Dorit except for, when PK got his DUI, there was a woman in the car with him, allegedly. That's the only rumor I've heard. She just threw that out there. Okay, all right. I'm excited for the return of Denise Richards. Same. Because I forget what season number it was, but the season of Brandy and Denise Richards was one of the crazier ones in recent memory of Beverly Hills. But you always feel comforted when the Beverly Hills girls are back on your screen. I agree. Okay, should I jump into mine? Yeah, jump into yours. Okay. A lot of Bravo. I watched a lot of Bravo. So I'll give Beverly Hills a C+. I haven't watched, we talked about that first reunion episode with Erin, and then Sunday nights are in New York, and I rarely am watching any Bravo show live. I like to rewatch after. So Peacock is I fucking love Peacock. So same, especially the uncensored versions. Yeah, so I haven't watched better. Right, I haven't watched part 2 yet. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, I will also give a C+. It's good. I'm enjoying it. There's some interesting dynamics going on right now with Meredith and potentially sharing this rumor about one of the other women's husbands, maybe sleeping with men. That's the big thing right now. I will say I do think Monica has been a good addition. Definitely brought some drama. Her relationship with her mom is
sad to watch a little bit as well. Like, and I think her mom has like put out some statements about being forced to do this show. I don't know. It seems a little messy, but I'm watching Salt Lake City. Southern Charm. I am also caught up on. I will give Southern Charm a B. I love these people. It always reins me in. Of course, we didn't talk about it, but not this past episode, but 2 episodes ago was very sad because they had found out that Olivia's brother had passed. And that's been hard. That was obviously very hard to watch. You know, feel terribly for Olivia, and everybody wants to help her and her family. And then this past episode, some of them just can't help but stir the pot a little bit. I love Madison. I think Madison is great TV. She knows what she's doing. They had this whole big dinner. Brings up that Taylor sending nudes to Whitney. She's like, I saw boobs and vagina. Like, they're just like, I don't know. It's just, the dynamic is very interesting right now because like Shep is trying to not be mad about things, but also like, is he even mad? I don't know. He's like, oh, Taylor was in a really vulnerable spot. Like, she was trying to hurt me. She sent pictures to Whitney. A lot of drama. Always on Southern Charm. And Craig has been cracking me up because he's just sitting at the end of the table giggling like a schoolboy. Just
loves taking it in.
Just watching this all go down. And then also, I literally was also almost crying because Madison's son.
I saw that. Oh my gosh.
Some, like, bully, or they didn't really say like who or what had really happened, but he came home and like, little tears in his eyes, and somebody's biting him.
Bit him. I saw
multiple
that
times, and he was so sad.
It was so sad. But the way that her husband comforted him was really sweet.
I mean, and he's so cute.
Yeah,
oh my God,
that was sad.
Like, literally broke my heart. That was so sad. I finished the D'Amelio show, and I didn't like. I don't think I mentioned that I finished it. I'll give it a C.
That reminds me. Did you see the clip of Charlie and Heidi pretending to work at Walmart this weekend?
No.
Oh God, I couldn't have rolled my eyes more. I'm sorry. What people like? Sometimes you're just like, how doesn't people?
Right. That people say, oh, maybe this is a bad idea.
How don't they think everything they do through? Yeah. You know. You think posing as a Walmart cashier, she was like, you know, swiping the food, playing with her hair.
Was it like for an ad or?
Well, they have these new snacks now, Be Happy snacks that they came out with. It's like they're selling them in Walmart. And so there was a video of Charlie and she's swiping and then she's like fixing her hair and everyone was like, so you think this is funny or you think it's cute? Like you're pretending to be a cashier. You've never, you know, had to do that before in your life where like, this is a miserable job for a lot of people that they need. And it's like making fun or whatever. Yeah. It's just more just like, how don't you think these things through?
I agree. I think that's super fair. The show has also gotten, I feel, a little more, I don't know, maybe fake is not the right, like, I just think a lot of the drama is played up for the show now within the family of like the stuff with Josh Richards was weird, I thought.
The way that Heidi said, do I even have to say his name?
Yeah.
Like, I was just kind of like, you're a grown woman.
Right.
And he's like a 20-year-old kid.
And they talked about it on BFFs and Josh like made the point of like, you know, they don't like us for like making stories out of nothing, but then like they're using my name as a plot line on their show.
And Dave was like, Dave banned them from using the clips because he was like, you don't want us talking about you on the show, but then you use the clips to put in your show about like us talking. It's like a weird cycle.
Yeah,
and totally. You don't want us talking about drama, but you have a reality show that's based on drama. Yeah, it's a weird circle that they got going on. Yeah. The Josh Richards stuff was weird.
Yeah, it was. Did I say C? Is that what I said? Okay. Yes. And then I watched a couple episodes of Suits, but not worth rating at this point. Like I literally just watched one episode. I actually at the bar Sunday there was a girl wearing our shirt.
Really?
The Lewis slit shirt. Yep.
And did you say that's our shirt?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
cool.
We had a moment. I said we got. Cool. I teased that we may have other versions of that coming soon.
Yes.
Which was very exciting. And then I watched Kardashians. Up to date on Kardashians. I'll give that a B. I'm a sucker for the Kardashians. I just am. I enjoy watching the show, whether nothing is happening or a lot of stuff is happening. I just I'm intrigued, and I like when Scott's in the mix, and I do feel like Scott needs some family support. Yeah. Currently is what's happening in this show. I watched Scream, which I mentioned, but I'll grade it. I'll give Scream a B+. First one's good, and then I watched Scream 2 because I was like, now I feel like I gotta watch all of them. Spooky season, maybe I'll watch them all. Before Halloween. I won't. Halloween's in a day.
Yeah.
But Scream 2, I'll give like a C-.
Not as good as the first.
Not as good as the first.
Did you know Drew Barrymore was in the first?
Yeah, I watched it.
No, I'm saying like before you watched it.
Oh, yes.
Okay, yeah. Because like obviously if you see, it's like kind of like, oh shit, like she's going to be in this movie, and she's gone within like a few minutes.
Yeah, I have enjoyed watching it because I've always known like, every like 90s star is in these movies, but I knew more about the first Scream, and now I'm watching the other ones, and I don't really know like who's in all the other ones. So I was like, there's Timothy Olyphant, Jada Pinkett Smith, like there's a lot of people in the second one as well. And yeah, the second one was a little too. I think they're all like this, so I guess I could just expect that for all the movies. But it just felt like a little too gimmicky with the whole like life imitating movie, imitating life, imitating movie.
It's almost like Scary Movie was all like wasn't too far off from Scream. And now I've never seen, only when I was way younger. I actually do want to rewatch Scream this week at some point. I mean, rewatch. I barely saw it on TV when I was younger.
Scary Movie.
But
is Scary Movie like considered a parody? Yes, right?
Scary Movie is considered it's based on Scream.
All the Screams.
But it's based on like multiple
scary. Well, it's based on multiple scary movies into one. That's why it's called Scary Movie.
I don't think I've actually literally seen any of the scary
movies. The reason I always relate them to Scream, I think, is because Scary Movie 3 was the one I remember the most.
Right.
Oh, well, its first Scary Movie has Scream in it. Scary Movie 3 has The Exorcist, I'm pretty sure, and has Michael Jackson. And that's why I was afraid.
Right.
I've explained that because they made
Michael
Michael Jackson scary in Scary Movie 3. And for some reason, my brother used to watch Scary Movie 3 all the time, even though he was scared of these things.
I feel like those used to always be on TV. I used to always
watch
were.
Those.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely makes a lot of sense. I feel like Scream is a pretty easy one to parody.
Yeah.
Because it's like still very...
And that's what Hailey Bieber dressed up.
It's still like very much like about movies.
Yeah.
I was saying I was Scream for Halloween when I was a kid a couple times. That mask.
The mask. Yeah.
Mask.
I thought when I saw it, I saw somebody dress up as this weekend, and I was like, maybe one year I'll do that. Maybe one year I won't be like if I do dress up, maybe it won't be slutty.
It's
or maybe I'll just wear brown underwear with the mask.
Yeah, I love seeing the funny costumes. It always makes me laugh. Yeah. I saw a TikTok of some girl. Honestly, like she did the skeleton thing from SpongeBob. With the net, the wheels, like everything. Yeah, the whole thing was so good.
You can enjoy endless fun at Bowlero with unlimited bowling specials all week long. The perfect way to roll into fun and excitement every night. Bowlero is the #1 place to bowl, party, eat, and save. Now you can enjoy unlimited bowling and food and beverage specials all week long. The fun never stops on the lane, so don't miss out. Find a location near you at Bowlero.com. Visit a Bowlero near you and take advantage of unlimited bowling Monday through Friday, night. Head on over to Bowlero.com and find a place near you. If you're looking for an activity, you don't want to get too crazy, but you want something fun, something competitive, head to Bowlero. Find a location near you at Bowlero.com.
I watched the first episode of Get Gotti on Netflix.
I did too.
A little like overproduced, I would say. Like, I don't really know if I liked the story. I'm interested in the story, but the production of the documentary was like a little much for me. I'll give it a C+.
Were you into the Gotti sons when you were younger?
No, I really honestly don't know anything about them.
The Gotti sons were big on our block. Like at my house, like my sister's older, and my neighbors.
From the sake of like, are they like handsome?
Yeah,
or are
they
okay.
fucking loved the Gotti sons.
Yeah.
And they had a reality show.
They did?
I gotta look up.
What?
Growing Up Gotti.
Oh.
And it was on A&E. And
I did hear that.
Growing Up Gotti, and they just all looked like Pauly D. Like, if you see,
I see the
like,
pictures.
Gotti kind of looks like.
Oh
Pauly
my god,
D
they do all look like Pauly D. The hair,
but the Gotti sons were big in this household and my neighbors. Wow. Like pictures on the
John Gotti
wall.
was a hero in our house.
No, not John Gotti. The sons.
The sons.
And I mean, they had a freaking TV show, Victoria Gotti. Look at look at all the posing.
Where do they live?
Like
Long Island? Jersey?
I don't remember exactly. I don't want to be wrong.
Right.
Yeah, it was Frankie, Carmine, and John but their last names were Agnello, not Gotti. I think it must be New Jersey.
Yeah, because that's his son-in-law. Carmine was his son-in-law. He married Victoria.
Oh, maybe it was where did Growing Up Gotti take place?
Yeah, like right. Where did they all live? I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that now. Oh. It was filmed in Old Westbury, Long Island. Okay. That's why. Because it was so close to my house. It was
quite literally down the street. Like, that's why your street cared.
Yeah, I mean, not quite literally down the street, but it's in very close proximity.
Yes.
Yes. That makes sense. Yeah. I can see maybe if it was in New Jersey, it would have caught wind over there. Right. But yeah, Long Island, the Gotti brothers were big.
Yeah. But what did I say? C?
You said C+.
C+, yeah. I'll stick with that. It's only 3 episodes. Like, it'll go out fast.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. That's, the production kind of bothered me a little bit for some reason. That's being very, like documentary styles where it's like a lot of reenactments.
Right.
Like jump cuts. Like the timeline jumps around a lot. Like they fast forward, then they go back, then they go forward, then they go back. It's like, can we just go move in chronological order?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Noah. That's all I have. That's all I have. Only like 12 things.
I watched I watched all of Get Gotti. I liked it. I didn't really know much about him, or all of that.
Yeah.
And that stuff didn't really bother me as much.
Well, you know what I was talking to Joe about too. Like, what's the mob up to these days? Anything?
You're not supposed to know.
I guess. But I felt like.
But I think the whole point of this.
But I feel like everybody knew. Like in the 80s, like it was like they knew who was who and
that guy is in the mob.
But now I'm like,
well, that's kind of like the whole thing.
They must be way more underground these days.
They gotta with social media, you know.
Well, the whole like kind of thought with this story is that he kind of brought it like from underground because he was so like flashy and everything, and then that kind of like brought it all down, and then ever since then it kind of like. That was kind of the downfall of like just the mob in New York City in general.
Didn't John Travolta play John Gotti?
Yeah, he did, but I never saw it.
And it was awful.
I think I heard it was awful.
I believe that was a movie made by Randall.
Yeah, yes, and I think people were like, "This is awful."
Wasn't that a Lala's ex Randall Emmett's movie? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gotti, 2008 film portrayed by... Oh, no. Yes, produced by Randall Emmett. Directed by Kevin Connolly.
Didn't
From
do
Entourage?
Well. Yep.
E?
2018.
Yep.
Since when is E directing movies?
Yeah.
You could do whatever you put your mind to, Noah.
It grossed just $6 million against a $10 million production budget.
Oh my God.
And it's one of the few films to hold an approval rating of 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It sounds like E is actually E. He's like, I'm going to be a director, and just did not work.
No.
But yeah, I'll give it a B- because I just didn't know the story, and I liked it. And I thought that like the reenactments and stuff, like it's kind of like on brand for these like mob guys.
Yeah.
It's just like so over the top.
Yep.
Like, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I also didn't know, I don't know if you got to that point yet, but I found it interesting, the whole like the rules about wiretapping and everything. I didn't know
that either. Like that you only have a month, or like then you have to stop.
And you have to like if they're not talking about
something criminal, you have to turn it off and then restart it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I also thought like they were completely like reckless. Like how did they not? They didn't seem worried at all about getting like tapped. They were just talking about everything.
No,
like,
yeah.
Because they're mob people and they can do what they got to do.
You know, you get a big head too. You know, you think you're untouchable.
I watched this movie called Berlin Syndrome. It's on Netflix. I think it's like an older movie, like at least a few years old. It's a C. It's not great. It's kind of it's a play on the Stockholm Syndrome, I think, because this tourist, she's traveling in Germany, I think, and this guy, like, she has like a one-night stand, and then he like basically locks her in his apartment, and it's like her trying to get out the whole movie. It's all right. It's not great.
That's a 75%.
Really?
Yeah.
See.
Teresa Palmer. I like her.
I've never seen anyone in that movie before, but it was kind of intense, I guess.
She was in that. She was in a Transformers movie, I think. And Warm Bodies, which is one of my favorites. Okay, sorry. Continue.
I watched the first 2 episodes of Brie Larson's Apple TV show, Lessons in Chemistry.
I have that downloaded, but I haven't started yet. Great book. One of my really good book.
I didn't know it was a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like know where it's going fully right now. But I'm enjoying it.
How many episodes have you watched?
Just 2.
Okay, yeah. I have only seen people talking. I haven't watched them yet, but I've seen people talking about the episodes, and because of the book, like, I mean, you know what happens, so stuff happens.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that. But I'll give it a B-. Like, she's good, obviously. I also like that it's like I like shows set in different time periods. Like,
yeah. I thought it was going to be a movie, and then I realized it was a series. But yeah.
And then I watched A Rainy Day in New York, which is a Woody Allen movie, which I know.
Boo.
Obviously.
Tomato.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen maybe parts of it here and
Cancel
there, but
Noah.
This is the one with Timothée Chalamet and Dakota Fanning or Elle Fanning. I don't know which one, but
my guess is Elle, but
also Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
Which I like I must have not watched that part because when they were
I forgot she's in that.
I was like, what, Selena Gomez and Timothée Chalamet making out? Like, I didn't know about this.
Yep.
But I mean, it's like an okay movie. It's
a classic. Elle Fanning, yes.
Yeah. It's a classic like Woody Allen type New York movie. Give it a C+, but yeah, I'm trying to separate the artist from the art here, but it's kind of hard. Because it's so like...
After I watched that Woody Allen documentary,
it is tough.
It's
but
tough.
Yeah.
But... And
what
like,
was it documentary? What was it on? It was
HBO, I think.
Yeah, it was it was dark.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I still like Michael Jackson music, so... And after that documentary, it's tough too, but it's like Annie Hall will always be a great movie. And Woody Allen's a terrible person, but you can't take that away. You know?
Or you can.
No, it's just like, it's a great movie. Like, you can't.
Yeah, you're going to. Yeah.
Michael Jackson, one of the greatest artists ever.
Michael Jackson
like,
does have great songs.
It's just like, he could be a terrible person too and did terrible things, but Yeah, it is. It is that age-old argument, like separating the art from the artist.
I would say that is the age-old
argument. Sometimes hard to do. Some people can't do it.
Yep.
But Beat It's a great song.
You were, as you were talking, you were like, how?
To be honest, I was just gonna see how long he was gonna keep going. I have no comment. I was just gonna see if he was gonna continue.
I just wanted to see how long I was going for, because you were like, how do I get out of this? Beat it, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's my famous dance.
Yeah, we'll never forget, and we will never see. What else?
That's it.
All right, hell of a way to end. That wraps up the Weekly Watch Report.
And we'll just let everybody sit on that.
We end hey, Michael Jackson and Woody Allen, great artists.
Bad, could do some bad things. But we'll leave that up to you.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that wraps up the Weekly Watch Report. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. This week is our Charlotte show. If you're coming to the show, make sure you bring your signs and you are ready to go. We love you guys. Yep. We are so excited. Peace out. See ya on Wednesday in our costumes.
Peace out, A-Town.
Twilight. Noah turned his mic off, but Twilight airs tomorrow instead of Thursday. So watch out for that. That's the last one of the series.
Noah really needed Breaking Dawn Part 2 to come out on Halloween.
He was like, it has to come out on Halloween.
He really was unbelievably adamant about that, and it's out on Halloween, guys.
I just feel like Halloween's one of those holidays where it's like the second it's over, it's just people are done with it. It's like,
yeah, I mean, Twilight I get it. I just don't really consider I wouldn't be like Breaking Dawn Part 2 Halloween.
No, I know, but it was just like
that they're the
month
same.
of October.
Yes,
I feel like it's Christmas starts this week.
It's Thanksgiving. But yeah, we are dressing up for Halloween for the Chicks in the Office podcast tomorrow, but that'll be out on Wednesday, so you'll get a little taste of Halloween on Wednesday, and then it'll be over. But that wraps it up. Love you guys.